Now you've seen us before, haven't you? Yeah.
And you see me every now and again.
Well, he's cheese and I'm crackers. So what are you?
Well, I'm in a pickle. So, I could be fruit, I could be onion.
Cheese, crackers and pickle.
But
That
one
sounds
thing
like a
is,
nice lunch.
It's going to cause some gas, that is.
We are all definitely mental patients.
Gas, did you say, Doctor?
Yes.
I believe you'll find it's the leather, actually, not me.
Well, frack me. Anti-fracking camp. Help, we've run out of gas. I guess that's cooking gas. Can you see that, Doctor?
I understand we've run out of gas, but why?
We've run out of gas.
Why? Are there not any alternatives? Is that man going to say there is no alternative fuels?
No, well, they're fracking for gas, which is an absolute joke, and we all know that you can make your own gas using a bit of seawater.
Oh, it's come out the US Navy have now got a ship that runs powered by seawater, strangely enough.
That's handy, that, isn't it, really? I didn't know a man who had a Jaguar that ran on water, but, you know, spending a lot of time in Egypt, that was stupid. But at sea, a submarine that runs on seawater, I don't think of any better. It's like a sailing ship that runs on wind.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
It's a genius thing. So, the fracking, why are they fracking? Is it because we need gas?
No, it's so they can poison us all.
No. Is it because we need gas?
No, we don't need gas.
No,
Well,
they won't let us have the free gas that we can make ourselves.
Would this be a good way of doing it? Because the company that's going to get the gas is going to, what's it, pay a licence? Or
It's Quadrilla.
Give them Quadrilla. So how do they make their money?
Oh, by the way, chaps, Quadrilla are going to be taken over by Halliburton. It was in the paper a few days ago.
You can make it up, could you?
we did have a Halliburton t-shirt, but we should have printed what says on the back on the front.
What does it say on the back?
I'm just trying to recall it. It says the world's biggest oil operations sucking your planet dry. Should be on the front.
There's this ideal that certain people are actually losing the plot and don't understand what reality is. And I don't know if that's because there's big mental institutions all up and down the country that treats people for becoming disillusioned. In other words, the illusion is dissolved. And really, isn't this a point in time where we're trying to find out what's real and what isn't? So, if people believe that they need to frack, surely that is their belief. You can't interfere with their beliefs. But if the belief was, we need to frack and this is going to cause you harm, but we need to do it, now that's a dark religion, isn't it? You can cause harm to, because this stuff doesn't cause harm to people, just the environment we live in.
Oh, it does cause harm to people.
Why? Because
when they're fracking, as they are doing in Retford Way at the moment,
We might pay them a
that's going to leak into the water supply and poison us all.
But does it? I mean, is there any knowledge that you've got about this? Are you just guessing? I mean, does this actually
We've seen
happen?
some film of people turning their
Tap on and setting on fire and it's burning.
It's
this
coming out brown.
Well, how's that water getting up to the taps then? I mean, this is underground water.
Yeah, well, if you think about the fracturing the undercore of the earth,
Fracturing the stone.
and it's fracturing it into the water supply, the underground streams and whatnot. So all this is all about, really, it's nothing to do with gas, it's about poisoning us all.
Well, couldn't we actually sort of bypass this? And if the gas is coming up through the water pipes, then surely we just plumb our cookers in and we have free gas. Or will they want to meter that?
That's a fracking good idea.
It's a fracking. Yeah, fracking, remember, fracking is a term used for an industry. It's also been used in several science fiction programs. It's not really a rude word. So, Chunky, if you want to do something on fracking, mind the F's.
Doctor, here comes your favourite traffic warden.
Oh, is it 550?
Yeah.
Good.
I wonder if we'll get moved on again.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're okay today.
What are you doing here?
Well, it's getting a bit awkward. The parking space I've been given by the council, our park outside there, they would have stopped all the work. Quite frankly, I've got a space outside Hopkinson's, and George, when he came and put the signs up, didn't want to put one outside my shop. So we're just having a little conflab first, but if I was to stick my car up round the corner, you know that little space that says I'm allowed to?
Which spaces?
Outside Hopkinson's.
Outside?
Hopkinson's coffee shop, you know, it says disabled badge holders only. Still hasn't been suspended, that's the space that was given for me, and they said if it's inappropriate they'll find me another one. So I thought better not block it because they can't do any work when we park there, it'd be stupid.
Yeah. Nobody's allowed there anyway.
No. Well, hopefully they'll give me a space outside the shop, but I'm going to double check who gives the authority for that one. So when they come along, because if they don't tell you, they don't often. I don't want to argue with you, just get in contact with that one person. But it looks like I should be outside the shop tomorrow on the I'm only allowed for 2-minute zone. There is some good news though. Your what's it called, CEO, Ian Courier. He's almost accepted liability. For the case that I'm actually. Well, they've been a bit naughty. He's meant to be the actual boss man, but they brought him in. Nobody seems to know him. I think he's just a sacrificial lamb, actually. But till I received a letter from him, I still haven't got it correct. It meant that nobody was accepting liability. My parking ticket, I was having to put 446 on a criminal act of conspiracy to defraud as well, because none of those bosses would take responsibility, particularly Pete Mitchell. Now, he's really funny because he's the one who's initiated this, but he won't actually put his name to it because he knows that he's done wrong. So nobody can touch him at the moment. But finally, this guy called Ian Courier, I want to meet him actually, try and get a meeting with him. He's actually said, yeah, okay, I'm the CEO, I'm the one who'll take the blame. So thank goodness for that, because that's why they're having your names put on your uniforms.
Sorry?
That's why they're having your name put on that uniform.
We're not having his name.
Oh, well done.
No, you can't have your names. That is.
Oh, well done.
Notice that they don't use names.
I'm glad about that, because you can, when you're working for them, we can call you by numbers. We know nobody's names, but yeah, number means there's somebody, an employee who's taken responsibility, and this is the first time in nearly 2 years. What they've taken? I'll show you the note, but basically he won't write to me. He still keeps making names up. So I'm just giving him a final letter. And he's still in agreement. Well, he believes that I still owe money, and I've got no problem with that at all. But until someone puts their name on it, I can't take anybody to court. See what I mean? Nobody can touch me, but now I want to touch back. They've all run and hid everywhere. And go, no, it's nothing to do with us, nothing to do with us. I nearly parked my car outside just to see what they actually do, because they can't enforce it. And I proved that so far, but I don't want to mess you around. I quite like coming here and working, and also making sure that my customers can get it, because you keep the spaces clear. So I'm not that bad really, but I don't like the naughty boys that send you out with the wrong information. Not you so far, but they send loads of people out with different information, and then of course general public gets cross, not at that guy, but the person standing in front of them, which is always you. Oh, well, it's good to know the names aren't going up yet.
No, they will never.
Good. It might be you might be doing it to the CPOs or whatever they're called. The little droids from Star Wars. I think they're getting theirs.
No, not even the CPOs. Not allowed names.
Wow. It's against the law.
It's against the law to have his names. Yeah.
Was that because somebody is taking your liabilities?
No, it could be that something harmless. So.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. See, I give my name when they want to actually come and play, but they don't really want to come and play.
Strange,
luckily,
coppers have their names on the
we've
best.
got Moira. Oh no, I'll do that one again. What's his name? We've got 441 and a young lady by the name of 503 came down to see me about a week ago. They were very animated, but it was really quite silly. I'm wondering if the boss might come down this time, or if they'll come down themselves and tell me where I am and I'm not allowed to park. But anyway, you're doing a good job along here. It's chaos.
No,
have you got to do anything on that bit of road that's closed?
They're all right with me.
The taxi drivers, yeah, they're getting what they need.
They're okay.
They've always liked you.
Blocking the ports.
But are you ticketing up on that side of Station Street where the works are at the moment? Oh, right, well, I'd better get that space sorted, because we don't want to start another big bill. They won't pay their bills.
Harrington Street as well, because it's TTO.
Yeah. No, it's just I'm parking on Station Street at that end tomorrow morning, and I've already okayed it with the engineering firm, the managers from on that, and the space that the council's given me. The chap who was putting the signs up decided it's only that space, so we've got to get that changed, because if I park there tomorrow, no work's going to get done.
See what they say tomorrow. I mean, I'm not there anyway.
You're not here tomorrow? But it's sunshine, I'm going to get some ice creams in. Lovely. Oh, it's a brief for tomorrow morning. I'll see if I can get that done tomorrow morning. Now, we wonder what we were doing.
There she goes.
We wonder what we were doing actually sitting here, and say it was only fracking.
Yes, we're having a discussion about fracking.
Can I do something less important then?
Yes, Doctor.
It is about ego. I don't know if anybody realised what went on here, but last year somebody decided that I wasn't allowed to park in a certain area for a certain amount of time, and I didn't think that was quite appropriate. So they threatened me and saying, no, you must pay this or you will be taken to court. So I wrote a very nice letter saying, no problem at all. I won't be accepting this because we're going to trust the judges. because the judges are our last hope to sort problems out. Now, some people don't always
Trusting
believe
their law.
some
That's
people don't
called
believe that,
justice.
but that's meant to be their job. Unfortunately, what the council does is they pretend to use the courts, so they bring the whole of the legal system into disrepute. When you get a summons from the council, it's like me sending you a summons, it's time to get your hair cut. When a judge sends you a summons, it means there's an argument and we're going in to have a chat. So this person says you haven't done this, you have your chance to come and explain it. But it's worse than not actually doing that. They pretend to do so and pretend they have the force of the law. So it's been stated that at no time did a charge get put on my vehicle, which I explained to the council would be a criminal act, actually breaches several, including the Social Securities Act, and I'd like to go to court. I've received a letter back from them saying, yes, we've done everything correctly, and no time was a levy put on your vehicle. That was finished by a lower standing council official, who's also informed the highest ranking member of Nottingham City Council, Ian Currier, that everything is okay.
Hi, Ian.
He's the one. Hello, Ian.
Bye, Ian, soon.
I'm going to get an appointment with you hopefully for this Monday. But basically, that's the person who's going to take responsibility in case something's wrong. So unless his own staff are defrauding him, they put him in a bit of trouble, because I've got a letter saying we have never put any liens or even threatened on your vehicle. Now, I've got quite a few, and I am going to be posting these live. Now, I'd say I'm going to have a meeting hopefully with Ian Currier. I've got a response so he can actually write to me. He keeps getting the wrong name. I don't know which name he's going to make up next, but he keeps getting the wrong name. So he's accepting liability and we can go through this. I've had to charge him for all the work I'm doing.
As you should do.
Yeah, and this is the bit where they don't like this. So if they write to the name I put at the very beginning saying, please take me to court, I don't like this, then they have to admit they've got this name. So I'm going to be making an appointment. I have got a letter that Ian Currier has signed apparently and tells me he's not dealing with this issue, but I still owe him the money. So
Right back to him saying, I'm not dealing with the issue now, but you still owe me the money.
well, we know that's where we're going to end up
Are you
arguing.
aware that you still owe me the money?
Well, if they do things correctly, it's okay, but it does mean that I don't think there's anybody been in Nottingham. They've all been threatened by, and I've had people standing on my doorstep threatening me on behalf of the council and writing nice little documents saying that they're going to take the vehicles. Now, the council's well aware of these because I've copied and showed these pictures to them. Oh, letters. But poor Mr. Currier is being hung out to dry, which is better than the traffic wardens anyway. So this is your chance, Ian. If we could have a meeting, we can have a look at what paperwork you have, but you know what name to address me by, because if we ever go to court, that's the name I spoke of in the first place, and that's the name we're finishing on. But the rest of the council, so they don't get into trouble, they literally are making names up. Any like an anagram of my name, I might have a go at it and see if it comes out. See, but if they actually put the right name on the document, then they're going to have to keep answering my questions. So they're trying to avoid answering any questions at the moment. The last thing I got is, the matter is closed. You're like, well, that's okay. This is the ticket that they said I owed them. And I'm asking them now, says, well, if the matter's closed, let me know the amount and I want to come and pay it. Because I've been trying to pay it. I mean, I've got lots of video of me actually offering to leave the car, offering the money at any one time, but no, that hasn't worked so far for them. So this time, my little bit of adventure should be finished, but when you get them on the hop, now this is what I'm trying to explain to a few people. We've had a few bailiff problems in a moment. It's tennis. You're in the court. It's a tennis court. They've lobbed these balls at you very aggressively.
Is the racket the law?
Correct. He has the swishing bat. And now what's happening is they want to get off the court as quickly as possible. But you're not going to let them.
We've also got a few recordings of said bailiffs.
Yes. So to help you with this,
Chatty bailiff,
well,
anyone?
which will be arriving in my letter tomorrow for Mr. Currier, I'm going to put a little microchip card in that has a conversation that the bailiff asked me to tape for you, for your own records, for you. Now, I think if you know who you is, then really, unfortunately, this is time to publish this, and I don't want to cause any problems for that nice gentleman who was just doing his job, because we're getting a lot of bailiffs saying, we're just doing our job.
Although he did lie.
Well, this is the problem, but he lied on behalf of Nottingham City Council.
So that makes them liable then.
Unless you've done this to somebody else since, because I did bring it to your attention. So it could be a criminal act, and I am ready to take any type of compensation to make this go away. Or it could be a criminal act. But if I find it's a criminal act and you're still hiding, Will the police investigate? This is what I intend to show you. I'm going to film me talking to the police, the press and everybody else who've already spoken to me to see what their comments are, and if they do follow the law. This company isn't, and I'm pretty sure we've got... who's the police commissioner at the moment?
Paddy Tipping.
So I got stuck in Batman then because I live near Gotham. I thought it, yeah. Gordon, no, it's Tipping, isn't it? Paddy, you've already shaken my hand and said hello, and that was very pleasant. John Collins at that time wouldn't come out of the building.
Why is that?
I think it'd be a bit awkward for me standing in front of the police commissioner.
Hi Paddy, hi John.
And John Collins, where I would simply be saying, not my belief, I have fact of fraud.
This sounds like corruption.
Well, only if the police won't act upon this, but you see, they don't want to bring the police into disrepute now, because as I say, the disgusting thing is we wanted to rely on the legal system. The council has not only corrupted itself, but by the disgusting behaviour and pretending that the courts have been used. Then the courts have committed fraud if they have, and we've checked. I've never been to court on this issue, and I've asked to go to court on this issue.
The name hasn't been to court, has it, Doctor?
None of the names. They know all the names I've used. I've listed them all down. Documentation. The only thing they can't find with any of my names on are the letters where I told them what I was charging them. But thank you, John Collins, because I sent you a copy as well as Peter Mitchell, and you did respond. Now, if you want to check your records, very clearly you wrote to Master, I think we know what the name is, Jonathan Christian. And you wrote to him at 17 Station Street. I think it was about March time. I'll pull the letters out for you saying, thank you very much, I viewed your letter with my charges, and now I'm going to pass it on. Those letters seem to have disappeared within there, but there's film footage of me taking the letters there. Disappeared. There's film footage of me reading that exact letter online. You can go and watch it online if it's not interesting. But you seem to have mislaid it all, which is interesting.
You're very naughty counsellors.
The other thing he may have made a mistake
Here's
with.
a letter that could cause some harm. Oh, I seem to have mislaid it.
Well, the point is, why they're putting the wrong names on now is the joinder for the game. Do you wrote this letter? No, I didn't. And they can prove they didn't write any letters, because they've written it to Michael Mouse or Donald of the Duck. And there's no letters, but I'm proving that you haven't responded to any of my letters by putting those names on. So you have to decide if John Collins, when you wrote to Master Jonathan Christian at, I think it was 17 Station Street, you may have sent it to Bulwell Station Street.
Oh, yes.
Because there may be another Master Jonathan Christian at a Zero's Barbershop.
There's another Station Street.
In Bulwell. There might be. You could have, but if there is, please make sure you've got that paperwork ready, because I don't want to actually run into another Master Jonathan Christian and be stepping on his toes, because there might be two of us. Or you might actually have sent that letter, which is the only option you've got. Well, that was great. That was ego stuff. I really enjoy it. They will get letters sorted out for tomorrow.
Wouldn't it be really nice to see them two actually end up in prison?
Well, that's the worst thing about it. They don't think they will, because you can't work the game legally and be in control of people.
Shouldn't our servants be obeying us?
Yes.
After all, that's what they were put there for.
Well, they are our servants, aren't they? At least that's what it says, public servants.
Anyway, this has been a long video. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay.
We're going to make a part 2 of something else.
Good, because
for now, he's cheese, I'm crackers.
I'm pickles.
I'm pickled. Thank you. We love
Mental
you.
patients.